Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how list and dictionaries are helpful in creating a Pandas data frame. Let me create a list. As you may know that it may consist of all kind of data types. Let me print a type. As you can see, it is showing us list. Now let me create an empty list by giving empty braces. And let me print it. As you can see, there is no values added over here. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to get inputs, uh, three inputs. As you can see, I have used a range. Basically, that means three times it would be going to get the inputs and append it in the empty list. So let me add uh, a string and number and a decimal value. You can see right. Now let me print this. As you can see, all of them are added over here. And now let me create a dictionary. So you can see right in this dictionary, uh, I have added a key value, and I'm printing the key. So as you can see, and now let me add one more key called Jerry with a value of 21. Now let's see how it stores. As you can see, Jerry is now added over here. Now let me store the keys and values into a list. So what I need to do is I just use a method called items. So it would just create a list which contains the values of the dictionary, key and values. You can explore other things like similar to items, you can explore keys, values, and etc. On the dictionary. So now let's go to pandas. So now uh, with one vector, if you create a pandas, right, we call it a series. Now let me create the series now. As you can see, right, it contains only one column. So now let me try to get the second element of it. As you can see, the index is 2. I'm trying to call it. Now it gives me 30. Now what I'm doing is I'll create an index my own. By default, this index is created 0, 1 from 0. But this time what I want to do is I want to create my own index. So as you can see, I have given my custom index over here. And now I'll try to call that index. You can see, right, if I call with the index second, I'm getting 20. But if I call, and I can also call with a numeric index as well. So now also I'm getting 20. Now let me create an index list, basically companies from A to F. And here what I'm doing is I'm creating a dictionary, as you can see, with key value, closing price, EPS, beta, PBE, market cap, and their respective values as a series. Once that is done, I'm printing out the this dictionary, as you can see. And now I'm using pd.dataframe method and passing this dictionary into it. Now let's see. This beautiful table like pandas dataframe is created over here. Once this is created, now we'll go to see how we can slice it and dice it. Basically, let's say I want to select only rows from 1 to 4. Now what happens is it selects from 1, basically this one, from 1, and 4 is nothing but company uh, till company E. But what happens is the end is not inclusive. So it would select 1, 2, and 3, just till company D. Now let's see, I'm passing as -3. What does that mean is it selects the uh, 3 rows from the end, from the bottom. So it selects company F, E, and D. Now I'm just selecting a column which is required. Let's say I want only EPS. So I'm passing it inside parentheses, square brackets. Now let's say here I want to select beta and want to repeat. Let's say here I want to select beta and rows from 1 to 3. So as you know, 4 is not included. So I'm getting till company D. Now let's explore lock and iloc. Basically, these helps us to filter rows and columns. And the only difference is iloc is used only numerical values are passed, and lock uses the actual indexes and the column names. Now let's explore lock over here. I'm selecting from company B to D. What happens is I'm getting till company B to D. Now again the same. Now I'm trying to get two columns. So whenever you want to select one column, one square bracket is enough. But whenever you are selecting more than one column, you need to pass it as a list. So that's why we are using two square brackets. And here uh, I'm just selecting. I'm trying to use um, pass numerical value. So what happens is this time it fails because the index consists of a custom index, that is string. But here we are passing as numeric, so it fails. Now to when if you decide to use numeric, you can use iloc. So as you can see here, iloc what it does is it selects rows 1 and 2, similar to this 3 is not included till 2 only comes up, and here I'm selecting 0 to 2. Similarly, that means columns 0 and 1. And now here if you see, right, what I'm doing is I don't give any filters at all. So that's why I'm just giving semicolon. All the rows I want basically. And here I want only column 1, 4 and 3, as you can see. And now here I want to filter, I want to select only 0th and second row and the columns 1 and 3. Okay. And now let's see the data frame once again. Now what I want to do is, right, I don't want to use this kind of custom index, so I want a default index like starts from 0 to n minus 1. So at that time what I can do is I can use reset index, and I'm using in place equal to true. If you don't use this, right, what happens is this data frame won't be overwritten. So I'm using it now. As you can see, when I weave it, I'm getting default index. Now again, what I'm doing is I'm trying to rename this index column name into company name. So this is the syntax: rename and then columns, and you need to pass the dictionary, the old column name and the new column name that you want to give. And again, I'm giving in place equal to true. Now let's see what happens. So as you can see, index is renamed to company names. Again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set the index as company names again. So this time I didn't use in place equal to true. Instead of that, what I can do is I can reassign this data frame with the same data frame name so that it would overwrite. Now as you can see, now company name A is coming again in index. Now let me store this into company data.csv. So as you can see, the syntax is .2csv. You can use it and it would store it in the current working directory.